Let's talk about something I think we all look for, but it can feel so hard to find: a real sense of peace, of harmony in our work lives. It might sound like a dream, but stick with me. We're going to unpack a framework that can actually make it possible.
You know, the workplace can so often be a place of stress, right? Between deadlines, all the different personalities, and the high stakes, our inner calm can just disappear. If you're looking for a way to navigate all that, you're in the right place. This is a moment for guidance.
So where do we even begin? Well, a lot of the time, the most powerful guidance comes from wisdom that's been around for ages. We're going to see how an ancient call to harmony gives us a really practical framework for our modern, busy work lives.
At the very heart of our reflection today is this simple but incredibly powerful instruction. It comes from the New Testament, from the letter to the Romans. And notice, it's not really a suggestion, it's a direct call for how we should be with each other. This is going to be our foundation.
And that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, it's one thing to hear a beautiful idea and nod along. It's a whole other thing to actually live it out when you're in a tense meeting or having a tough conversation with a colleague or just staring down a crazy deadline. How do we make this real?
The how. It all starts with understanding a core principle that holds up this call to harmony. It's the idea of the inherent dignity of all work, and even more importantly, the dignity of every single worker. Let's really get into what that means. This concept, which comes from Catholic social teaching, is a game changer. It says that the value of a job doesn't come from the title or the paycheck, but from the person doing it. And why? Because every single person is made in the image of God. That means the CEO, the intern, the person cleaning the office at night, they all have the exact same undeniable dignity. Just holding that thought in our minds is the first step to changing everything.
Okay, so let's take this powerful idea of dignity and see how it works in the real world of workplace disagreements. This is where the spiritual framework becomes a super practical tool for handling the challenges we all run into.
This really lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got that typical conflict mindset. We see our colleagues as rivals, right? We're just trying to win the argument, and we react out of pure frustration. But look at the right. When we shift to a mindset of harmony, based on that idea of dignity, it all changes. We start seeing the person, not just their opinion. We aim to understand instead of to win. And we choose our response with respect instead of just reacting.
So here's the key takeaway. The whole environment around you can change when your own perspective shifts on the inside. When you consciously decide to see and honor the dignity in your colleagues, even the ones you really disagree with, you totally reframe what conflict is. It stops being a battle, and it becomes a chance to actually build a bridge, to find some common ground.
Now, to help put this into practice, especially when things get tough, we can use a simple but really powerful tool, a prayer for peace. It's about taking a second to center ourselves and ask for the guidance to actually live out this call for harmony. I'd like to invite you to just take a quiet moment here. You can say this prayer along with me or just listen. God, grant peace in my workplace relationships. Guide my actions. Amen. It's such a simple request, isn't it? Just asking for help to make our actions line up with our desire for peace, a prayer for the grace to act with respect and understanding. And that really brings us to our final thought for today, because this isn't just about ideas, it's about what we do. So I want to leave you with this question. Thinking about this principle of dignity and this prayer for guidance, what's one small, concrete action you can take today to bring a little more harmony into your own workplace?